Hello, I'm back in the UK. I've been back ages actually. I got back Wednesday before last and it's now Friday. I have a gig later on. I've been quite busy today. I started off the day with my boyfriend here on the sofa, drinking coffee and chit-chatting. I've put a wash load on. I've had a bath and air wash ready for my gig later. I've done a big chunk of editing at my desk here. I've been doing a load of band admin as well for 2 different bands actually, sorting out stuff for January, basically 2 different gigs, so that's done. Didn't take me very long actually. As you can see, it's not looking very Christmassy in here yet at all. These are presents. I had a big panic. I went on Amazon after I got back from my holiday and just ordered almost everything in one go because I was so late doing it, and nearly all of it has arrived now, so I've only got a few little tiny trinkety little stocking fillery bits and bobs to buy, like, I don't know, consumable chocolates and things like that. I've had a couple of Christmas cards, which is nice. I particularly love this one from my mum here. Look at that, all those sheep. This one's from one of my neighbours. Well, a couple actually. A couple, they always send me a Christmas card. Well, pop it through the door, you know. Who's this one from? Oh, that's my old college friend has sent me this one. My friend and her husband and her daughter and their cats. And this one was from Donny Van Life and his wife and family. So thank you very much for that. And I haven't sent any at all. And I don't know if I will now because it's getting a bit late, to be honest. But I spent all week editing, head down, focused, just editing all my Albufeira content, so I hardly came up for air, although I did go to a funeral one day. But other than that, I've been pretty much in the house just editing. I did film a couple of shopping vlogs. Now, speaking of which, I bought these last night in Lidl, and I particularly like them. Well, actually, I didn't eat that one, but I particularly liked this one, so I thought I'd mention it to you, because it was just so lush, and even my meat-munching boyfriend loved it, even though it was vegetarian. It was really tasty and luxurious. Did it in the air fryer. I will definitely be getting that again. I think it was £2.69, I think, something like that, but the actual price will be in my shop with Imo video. That might be up by now, might not quite be, I'm not sure. It's in the can, as it were. And this I bought for my boyfriend really, and I thought I'd have a bit, but actually I was so full that I didn't, and he had it, and then I said, well, do you want to take the rest with you? Because it's not really my cup of tea, and he said it was absolutely delicious and he had cream with it. So there we are. And speaking of food, I'm hungry now. I need to get myself some lunch. I haven't cleaned up after last night's dinner. I don't want to show you my kitchen because you will judge me. Well, not all of you will. 1 or 2 will. And I don't want to be judged. But the thing is, my boyfriend was here. He actually wasn't working. He wasn't like having to do quotes late at night or anything. So I was like, right, I'm just going to hang out with him. And I'll sort it out when he's gone the next day, and I still haven't. So I'm going to sort that out and cook dinner kind of simultaneously, and then I'll show you what I'm having. Right, sometime later, and this is looking a lot better. There was a whole dishwasher load all spread out all everywhere, and there were pots and pans to wash, and I've been cooking this. So I had some potatoes left over from dinner last night, which I've chopped up and added after the other things are fried. I fried some mushrooms, some celery, some cherry tomatoes, and a little bit of courgette that was left over. And on the side with that, I'm just going to have these king prawns. I bought these in Lidl's last night, and they were reduced down to £1.67, so I'm going to have a little portion of those on the side, and that'll be my lunch. That will do nicely, thank you very much. Well, I've eaten that, very delicious it was, and I'm cooking again already. I'm actually doing these for my packed tea. I'm going to do it now so it's got a bit of time to cool down before I put it in the bag. I absolutely love these from Lidl's. They're a bit like the Greg's cheese and onion bakes, but they're a little bit different, but I think they're absolutely lovely done in the air fryer. So I've just got that on to preheat, and then I'll pop one in. And I need to sort out my laundry. Well, I need to hang it out. I hardly seem to do any laundry now as he's not here anymore, but she's coming home soon. She's coming home for a visit, and then she's going back to do a weekend of work, and then she's coming home again for another visit for the Christmas one. So she's splitting her breakup into 2 parts. Oh, that's just beeped. Add, it says. I absolutely love having an air fryer. Ooh. Yeah, it'll just sort itself out now while I do other things. There we are, that's all done. And I'm actually going out in 45 minutes to my gig. It's in, was it Aldermaston? Hang on, Aldermaston. I was just looking it up in my diary on my phone. Yeah, Aldermaston, wherever that is. Yeah, I've got to leave at 3:15 for this one. And funnily enough, we're doing 1 hour. 1 hour of Kaylee. It's going to take hours to get there, hours to get back, ages to set up. Well, actually, we're quite quick, within an hour to set up, and then 1 hour of gig, and then pack up and come home again. Oh, I had another Christmas card. I'm flitting a bit here, but while I think of it, that came from my auntie and uncle over in England. It's a nice one. I'm making myself a little cup of tea to have now while I'm doing all those things. Oh, by the way, as a bit of an experiment, I'm filming today's vlog in 4K, which I haven't really done for years, actually. I always think, oh, it's a bit over the top, it's a bit unnecessary, 1080 is enough, but I've realised that more and more of you are watching this on a television. And I've also realised that most people's televisions are quite a bit bigger than mine. That's mine there. Trusty TV was gifted to me very kindly by somebody that didn't need it anymore. So anyway, having seen the size of other people's telly as I've walked past their houses as it's getting dark and they've still got their curtains open, and I'm just like, what? It's like this whole wall of screen. I'm thinking, well, I might need to up-res my vlogs if people are going to watch those on screens of that size. So that's why. But if for any reason it's like juddering for you, YouTube should just pick the right resolution to suit your bandwidth or whatever you call it, I don't know, your internet speed. But if it's not, you can go to the little cog. I don't know where it's going to be, I'm trying to think. Is it down there? It's a little cog anyway. If you click on that, there's settings and it will say like playback resolution, and you just go back to 1080 if this is problematic. It might well have just automatically put it there for you anyway. And also, speaking of upping my quality, I have ordered a new action cam because my GoPro, I've had a lot of use out of it. It's got to the point where I'm getting condensation on the inside of the monitor screen, and it started to do a funny thing with the colour, like it'll shift. I'll try and replicate it on this with colour correction in post-edit, right? So it'll start out really, really cold looking, like really bluey with lots of blue in the highlights, and then it will shift gradually throughout the clip, even if I'm not moving the camera around. So they're like the lighting conditions are the same, but then it'll suddenly go really, really orangey and warm looking. And the only way to use those clips is, well, because I'm quite particular about colour, I try and fix what I can. So I'm just like spending ages trying to fix it to make it look normal. So I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to spend all that time doing that. So I've ordered a new action cam, which is a different brand, and I'll show you that when it comes. It's the Insta360 Ace Pro. Right, and with all that technical stuff over, I'm going to go and do what I said I was going to do before I got distracted talking to you again. Pack all my gig stuff up and get changed. Outfit of the day. Right, let's see if that pasty's cooled down enough to pack. It's been done a while actually. Yeah, it's still hot. I seem to be missing a load of my lunch boxes. I'm not quite sure what's happened to them. Oh, it can go in there. I'm not short on space for going in the car. It can rattle around in there. Oh, listen to that crunch. That's going to be delicious. Can go in snacky bag. I should put a couple of cold cans in. One for me, one for Hugh. I've got loads of cans of drink because when it's just me I don't get through them as quickly. This is Hugh's favourite and I really like this, so I get the Fanta for Hugh, and I love this. I tried it recently. Pepsi Max Mango is my favourite. Yum yum. I know it's not very good for me. I know. It's my vice, I suppose. I also really want to take a cup of tea for the journey, but it's a long journey and I don't really want to have to stop for a wee, but I think I'm going to make a cup of tea anyway, a nice little decaf cuppa to have at some point. Okay, so I didn't quite boil enough water. I suppose I should film something before it gets dark. I've been enjoying my tea. We're nearly there. It's been a nearly 3-hour drive, hasn't it? Yeah. I'm not quite there yet, nearly though. I'm of course busting for a wee because I couldn't resist drinking the cup of tea a bit too early on in the journey. It was there, it was warm, it was inviting, you know. Well, we got a little bit lost, didn't we, Mick? But you have reached your destination.
Yeah. We have reached our destination.
Yeah, but goodness, no, there's a building on stilts or something there.
They're not stilts, they're anti-rat things.
Anti-rat things, there we are.
Yeah, they're mushroom shaped.
Yeah, they are.
And it's so rats can't get up into the buildings.
There we are. Zoom in for you. Oh, you really bashed your nose on my zoom lens, didn't you? Well, that fountain isn't really helping my situation at the moment because I am busting for a wee after nearly 3 hours in the car and a big cup of tea. But it is rather beautiful, isn't it? Mick's gone off to see where we need to go, and I just find myself alone here in this rather intriguing space. Oh wow, looks rather beautiful, lit up. Christmas tree. I've just seen where the guests are, they're all behind me. Right, I'm going to put my camera away and find somewhere to go to the loo before I actually explode. Emergency over. There was a loo in there, I've just used it. Got directed in. We're early, but they're running on time, so we're just sort of hovering outside, so as soon as they're done with their speeches in the building where the Cayley is going to be held, we're going to get in and get the PA set up. Apparently the DJ didn't realise that there was a Cayley band and he's apparently set up right where we need to be. So we're going to have to negotiate a bit. Apparently, look, there's a lovely big fire pit. I'm sure he'll be very amenable. Oh, I can feel the warmth of that on my forehead. And it feels very nice, actually. It's one of those big pizza ovens there, look. Clay oven, do you call that? Anyway, I'm going to go back to the car and hang out with Mick until it's time to go in. Okay, we're poised by the door. As soon as they're ready, we can get in with the gear. We've just been putting it there. It's so cold, I think it might go and warm up by that fire. Mick's just moving the car out of the way, putting it somewhere more suitable. Oh, that feels so lovely. Blimey, it sounds like he's doing handbrake turns out there. Returned with sandwiches. Oh no, pasty, Ginsters again.
Vegan pasty.
I'm getting mesmerised by the flames. I can't stop watching them. I realised I've been there for a while without, I don't know, I'd just kind of gone vague and blank. Whenever the wind blows, it flickers them all around, all like that, look, and it looks most exquisite. Reminds me of being a child again, just sitting on the rug gazing into the coal fire. Because yes, I am that old, and that was our heating.
But
Park Ray.
You haven't grown up.
I haven't, no. Still very infantile. Yeah, we had a Park Ray, we did. And it didn't heat the radiators. It was supposed to heat the radiators, but they never went more than lukewarm. So they were running to time. Now they're not running to time, they're overrunning. They're doing speeches. We've creeped in to this space. We're behind two curtains at the moment. We can't really set up properly because the DJ didn't realise there was a Katie band on, so he's set up where we need to be. But he knows, and he's going to move it all, but he's involved in the wedding party, so he can't at the moment. So we're kind of, I don't quite know what we're going to do. We'll see what we can set up that can be moved. Sounds like they might have just finished. Look, Hugh's brought a flask of hot tea with him and some milks. And he's made me a cuppa in my sippy cup. Look at that. How civilised, and offered me some of these. I'm actually full, so I've had to decline, but maybe later I'll have one. Needless to say, my pasty did not survive the car journey. It got devoured. Finally set up, ready to go.
Some 41 next.
Oh, I can smell that tree from on stage. It smells absolutely beautiful. So we're set up. Haven't been able to film anything. I don't think I can film much tonight at all, honestly. But yeah, so we're ready. There's going to be a first dance from the DJ, and then we're on straight after that. So we're going to be hanging around, I think. Beautiful hall. I'm trying not to film the people in it though. Empty room, empty room, empty room. The first time it's happened, so I can quickly get a shot of our room where we're playing tonight. Yay! Right, I'm going to go and use the loo before we start. In fact, it's quite late. Yeah, we're a little bit late, 38 minutes later than we were supposed to start so far, and we're going to be a while yet as well. So, another 20 minutes or so. About an hour late, I think. I said, Hugh, you're lit up so beautifully. And I filmed it. Look, we went on the scrounge, got a lovely cup of tea. I said, are the band allowed to have a cup of tea? And they said, of course. No, I went for coffee, actually.
Together, cross, together, both, together, left, together, right, together, cross, together, both.
Travelling back. Just got in and it's nearly 20 to midnight. We had a good night. It was very, very, very noisy. And I've come in and it's a bit chilly because I did turn the heating off. Well, I turned the heating off 2 days ago actually, and it hasn't been on since, but it has dropped a bit now. It's a bit chilly, so hopefully that warms up quickly. Yeah, it was a very cacophonous night, but they were very, very, very enthusiastic and they thoroughly enjoyed the dancing. And literally we had an hour. That was all we had to do. And then the DJ took over, and the DJ was really nice. He was kind of moving his gear around to enable us to fit in, and so we had some nice chats with him as well. It's nice to make these temporary friendships that you just have for the course of the evening, and then you go your separate ways. Sometimes we see the DJs again, occasionally we end up by coincidence in the same place again at the same time. Anyway, I am going to have a little relax now, watch some videos before I go to bed, but thank you so much for watching today's video. Could you please give it a like if you happen to like it, subscribe down below if you'd like to watch more videos from me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!